Going on, guys? Kevin here, Bojon Garage. Today's project, we're going to be building a portable bandsaw stand. Okay, so this is for Milwaukee, but pretty well standard all the way across. One feature of this I really like is there's a set screw drilled and tapped in the plate, and that's for adjusting the perpendicularity from the blade to the table. I wanted this to be removable, not like a permanent build, so I went ahead and welded some bolts on the bottom of the plate. There's a simple bar going across with some nylocks. I use nylocks so I don't want it to vibrate loose while we're using it. Use some scraps or 1/4-inch plate, 1-inch angle iron, and then got some Velcro around the trigger. A simple switch over at the electrical plug-in. Seems to work great. I'm real happy with it. Pretty simple build, so let's get to it. All right, so we're just going to start with cutting up the angle iron to sizes. We're going to put all the miters on. We're going to set a stop so they come out all the same length. Here we are using the bandsaw to cut a slot for the blade, and we're going to go ahead and slide all the way in, and we'll start marking out for the notches and the actual tab that we need to put on the back side of this. And here we are making a template for the tab that goes on the back side of the plate. Now I'm just using a piece of construction paper or something here, I believe. Then we're going to lay it out on a plate. Go ahead and cut it on the bandsaw. We're going to go ahead and grind some chamfers on this, on the back of the plate and the tab that welds onto it. Just make sure we get some good penetration after we grind that back off. Alright, so we'll put a couple tacks on it, put it in place, make sure everything lines up, take it back off and weld it up, and then grind it down. Here we're just laying out for the strap that'll go underneath the bandsaw itself to hold everything in place. We're going to go ahead and drill it, make the strap, bolt everything together, and then we'll weld the bolts to the plate so we know the location everything works out. After we got the plate actually mounted to the bandsaw, realized that it's way off of perpendicularity. So we're going to go ahead and drill and tap this to put a adjustable set screw in there. One tip, a machinist tip, is using that aluminum block actually guides the tap down and keeps it nice and perpendicular to the plate when you're starting out. Now we'll get down to building the frame for this. Go ahead and clean up all the angle iron edges, make sure there's no burrs, and clean off the areas so we can weld to it. And make sure the base and the upper frame are nice and square. Weld them together, carry on from there. Now that we've got everything assembled, took it back apart, made sure everything functions, go ahead and clean it up a little bit, take it outside, put a couple coats of paint on it.